Hey guys, how's it going? Pretty good, you say? Excellent. Today is the very first episode of Ask the Eagle. This is a show where you get to ask me whatever you want, and then I answer it in a video. So let's get started! Charity Dean asks from Facebook, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? The simple answer is, I have no idea how much a woodchuck can chuck wood. But I will tell you this, if you ever chuck some my wood, don't mess with a man's wood. MissMaxine Ramano asks, who inspired you to make YouTube videos? Well, honestly, the very first people that inspired me to make YouTube videos would be Freddie W. and Shay Carl and the Shay Tards. After watching their channels, I got inspired and I was like, you know what, I think I could do this too. What happened? My channel happened, that's what happened. So that's who inspired me. What's next? Glenn Erwin from Facebook asks, if the moon was made of steak, would you eat it? Honestly, Glenn, if the moon was made of steak, it better be the best darn steak I've ever had. But yes, I would definitely eat it. I would also be able to feed the rest of the world for probably about 5 years on just that one steak. That's thinking on your feet right there. Jared LaVarnway from Facebook asks, where do babies come from? The very simple answer is, their parents. But if you would like more details on this and don't want to ask your own parents, then just ask Snickle. We got a situation here. Alec Sprinckle from Facebook. Man, we've got a lot of Facebook people. We're gonna have to start getting some comments from like YouTube and Twitter and all that kind of good stuff. Alec Sprinckle asks, why do so many people still support Obama? This is a rather difficult one to answer. I honestly think that probably part of the reason is because when they voted for him back in 2008, they don't want to admit they were wrong. Change, you ask? Change, you say? The only change I'm seeing is the amount of money I have left after I go to the gas station. I think people are still actually waiting on that change that was originally like part of the campaign, you know, to come through. Let's get some change in here. But right now, like, that's all I got in my pocket is some change. Personally, that's just me. Hey, I don't know, you tell me. Really, there's not as many supporters as you might think. I think a lot of people are starting to realize that maybe the country needs a slightly different style of leadership, maybe some different ideas. I think the supporters that are still out there are probably party supporters, Democratic supporters, that sort of thing. That or they really do agree with the way he's taking the nation. So it really depends on how you want to live in your future. I personally have no clue what's going on with that mentality, but you'd have to ask them. I say whoever else is better. From Facebook yet again, Dillyn Sprecher asks, do you regret making Nerf Mafia? My answer to that, Dylan, is absolutely not. Actually, I'll be honest with you, Nerf Mafia has been quite popular. It continues to get views a lot more than... What was that video you made? Oh yeah, you haven't made a video. Brad Davis from Facebook asks, who is going to replace Coach Mark Arthur? Do a tribute to the man. Although, Brad, that is a question and a statement at the same time, I will handle the question, and then the statement is a great idea. I actually don't know who's going to replace Coach Mark Arthur, but I know that it's got to be somebody good because he has been an absolute great coach at my university. I will say this, whoever fills his shoes has got some pretty big shoes to fill, so I hope it's somebody good. Charity, otherwise known as It's CJD on YouTube, asks, Betty White or Julie Andrews? Well, I think we can all agree on this one when I say Julie Andrews, okay? Does the words Mary Poppins ring a bell? Have you ever heard the actual sound of music? Yeah, self-explanatory, right? Okay guys, that is all I have for this episode of Ask the Eagle. Feel free to submit all of your questions down below in the comments bar or on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Until next time, have a good one, and remember, if you have a question, just ask the Eagle. Charity asks from Facebook, how much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodcut chuck? Ah, man. Charity asks from Facebook, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodcut chuck? Ah, man, I keep messing that up every time. Where do babies come from? Well, the very simple and easy answer to this question is your mother. Oh, that sounds bad.